Mic check 1 2. 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 Why can't I hear you?
Yeah, I can't hear you at all.
You can't hear me?
Nope.
Are you on mute? Maybe.
Nope.
Mute.
Nope.
Mute. Mute. Talk.
Nope.
Oh,
I can hear. It
you can hear
picks
you.
up on there. I just can't
Maybe
hear
it's
you.
your.
So it's on our end.
Yeah.
Talking, 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 talk.
Talking.
Talk. 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 Talking, talking, talk. It's quiet on there too.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
See how it's quiet on there too? Like it's not even getting up to.
Mic
like
check
yellow.
1 2. Mic check 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 1 2. Okay, turn the gain up a little bit.
Hello, hello.
Mic check. Mic check. Mic check.
Hello, 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 hello.
Hmm.
Hello, 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 hello.
That's odd. I don't know why you should be
Hello,
able to hear
hello,
us.
hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello.
We're good there.
You heard us?
Yeah. Yeah. It's all the way up. It's on 10. Oh, it's not actually. So that's why we can't hear it. You know? Yeah. Thanks, man. What would I do without you? Oh. Yeah. All right. Bye.
Hey, there you
Hey,
are.
there we go. All right, we sounded good. It's a cold and rainy day here on the campus of Lane Community College, but lucky for us, we're inside, we're warm and dry, and we got a fantastic matchup today between Lane and Clark. Lane coming in, sitting in first place in the conference. Clark all the way down the bottom of the opposite end in last place. But last time these two teams matched up was a pretty close matchup. Lane came out on top 64-60. So we know that Clark is coming in with some revenge. So we'll go on alongside Jonah Bruneau. Jonah, I just talked about the last matchup between both these teams. Clark, they haven't really had much success in conference play. They have yet to win a conference game, but with the matchup they had last time against Lane, what do you expect from them today?
Well, that game against Lane was arguably one of the best games they played all year long. I know they have the 4 wins outside of it, but when you look at Lane, they're among, if not the best team in the conference. And so coming into today, already having a game under your belt against these Titans and hanging in that game, you mentioned it, a 4-point differential. Today might be a little bit different, though, a little more established into the season, and Lane has certainly once again put themselves at the top of the conference and etched their name at the top. Clark, on the other hand, has been the complete opposite, as you mentioned, Saul. So it's going to be a really hard challenge for the Penguins today to come in to the Lane Community College today and put up a fight. But you never know what happens here on Saturdays around Eugene.
You never know. Anything can happen for sure. And Lane, I mean, this is going to be a big game for them today. Only 4 games left in the regular season. They're still sitting in first place, but Umpqua is right behind them, and they're trying to lock up that #1 seed for home court advantage. We'll give you the starting lineups for both teams, starting with the Titans. Emma McDonald at the 1. Micah Wicks, the reigning Northwest Atlantic Conference Player of the Week at the 2 position. Lizzie McConkey and Chloe Daniels are the 2 forwards, and Brooke Stuckey in the middle. And then for the Penguins, Aubrey Miller and Deja Wilson are the 2 guards. Peyton Ballard, Nariah Efferson, the 2 forwards, and Ashlyn Pradun as the #5. Both centers at center court, and Clark wins the tip-off. Here's Nariah Efferson at the top of the key, swings over to Deja Wilson. Now finding Pardon down low. Here's Pardon at the top of the key, passes over to Efferson. Now here's a driving Deja Wilson. Put a floater up, no good. Rebound by Brooke Stuckey.
Emma McDonald got a hand on that shot, able to knock it off direction.
Here's Micah Wicks at the top of the key. Now swings it over down low to Brooke Stuckey, who puts up 1, and that one no good. Clark grabs the rebound. Nariah Efferson had a little trouble with it, but able to gather herself and brings it up for the Penguins. Bard on top of the key. McConkey on defense. Now gets it over to Efferson. Back, 3-pointer from the key. Wilson, no good off the front eye of the rim. Chloe Daniels grabs the board for Lane.
Going quickly here is Daniels trying to drive down the lane.
There's a 3-pointer from the top of the key from Wicks, and it's good. Michael Wicks getting the scoring going for Lane. Made the 3-pointer there from the top of the key. It's 3-0 Titans.
Defending athlete of the month on campus here at Lane. Michael Wicks getting the scoring open.
She had an amazing couple games last week and is looking to continue her production. Here's a mid-range jumper from Aubrey Miller. That one no good. McDonald came out of nowhere to grab the rebound. She'll push it up for Lane. McDonald swings it over to Michael Wicks. Thought about taking another 3, but instead decided to swing it over to Chloe Daniels. Now McConkey. Back to Daniels in the corner. Now Michael Wicks over to Emma McDonald from the corner. No good. Got tipped around. Chloe Daniels grabs the offensive board, and it'll give Lane another shot.
Good ball movement by Lane right now, finding open shooters. McDonald with a drive.
No good. Brooke Stuckey right there to clean it up for the rebound and score. A nice move there to stay underneath the basket and get the missed lay-in from Emma McDonald.
Yeah, Stuckey was all by herself underneath the rim for that rebound. It was too easy, not contested at all.
Now Pardum going down low to Miller, working in the post. Spin move, and a nice move and lay-in there from Miller.
That was clean. Swifty spin move there by Miller. Gets Clark on the board.
McDonald cross-court pass all the way to McDonald in the corner. Yes!
Came from Wicks all the way across court. Good vision by Wicks to point out McDonald. That's her spot in that left corner. She's able to hit a lot of threes from that area.
So now 2 made threes for Lane as they lead by 6 in the opening 2 minutes and 30 seconds of this one. Now Deja Wilson getting the screen from Miller. Mid-range jumper, no good. Chloe Daniels grabs the hard-fought rebound. McConkey going to bring it up for Lane. Pushing it ahead. Has a couple defenders in her face. Gets blocked, but Stuckey right there to clean it up. Puts it up. No good, and Clark grabs the rebound.
Yeah, the original block came from Miller on McConkey, but Stuckey tried to get the second chance.
Gets batted away, but ends up coming away from Wilson. Gets it down low to Ballard with an easy lay-in.
Good fight from Clark coming out to start this game, hustling up and down the court and getting some good looks.
Now Micah Wicks at the top of the key, going to swing it over to Emma McDonald. She'll take another three-pointer. That one completely missed the rim, but Chloe Daniels able to get the rebound and get the foul. She'll go to the line for 2.
Efferson picks up her first whistle of the game. And Lane's getting good looks. Again, I mentioned the ball movement, really getting the ball around the arc. And again, Emma McDonald's having a couple open looks from downtown, able to hit one, catching nothing but air on her last 3 attempts. But
Lily Duffin checking in for Brooke Stuckey for the Titans. Chloe Daniels knocks down her first free throw.
Rebound machine is Lily Duffin.
Yeah, I mean, really the combination between her and Stuckey, I mean, they're both just, they can go and get rebounds anytime you need them. There's going to be a travel call there on the rebound by, looks like McConkey.
Yeah, she got the rebound off the missed second free throw, but it called for the walk.
Just over 4 minutes played in the first quarter. And now here's Clark looking to inch closer towards Lane, down by 5. Now here's a three-pointer from Efferson. That one no good, in and out of the rim. Duffin grabs the board, and it got tipped away, but Michael Wicks able to handle it and bring it up for Lane.
Chloe Daniels was a little late coming up to get in Efferson's space, and the three is
Michael Wicks, a little hesitation, thought about going with a floater, but instead decided to take it. She had a clear lane all the way through.
That was,
and it was an easy basket for
like
Michael Wicks.
She defied physics the way she was able to stop her motion.
It almost looked like a travel call,
right.
But she only took 2 steps to the basket.
Super athletic player, Michael Wicks.
Now Clark looking to answer. Here's a lay-in, but no good. Michael Wicks pushing it up. Now going to swing it over to Emma McDonald. She's driving inside, puts a floater and puts it in. And Lane's, they're controlling everything right now. 13 points in the first 5 minutes. They're going to get a timeout on the floor called by Clark. But Jonah, first 5 minutes though, Lane, good defense, good offense. I mean, what more can you ask for out of the Titans?
Not much, and I mentioned I think the most impressive thing so far has been that ball movement on the offensive side. Defensively, not playing too bad, only holding Clark to just 4 points. Clark has gotten a couple of good looks, a couple of good shots from inside the paint, just not able to have them fall for them. But as of right now, kind of what you expected coming into this game. We know we talked about the first matchup between these two teams and how it was closely contested, but at this point in the year, you mentioned Clark 4-20 coming into this game. At the bottom of the conference, Lane a complete opposite. At the top of the conference, Lane is expected to really control the entirety of this game, and so far they're doing that.
Yeah, and I mean, like we said, you're just looking at the rest of the regular season. This is the first of the final 4 games of the year. They go against Chemeketa next week and then Clackamas and then Lynn Benton. It's a pretty tough schedule to finish off, but I think this could be a good kind of leeway into the final 3 games. Because like we said, you know, Lane, they're first in the conference right now, but Umpqua right behind them. They're only 1 game behind them for that first spot. So really, these last 4 games are critical, especially if Lane wants to play on their home court in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, and absolutely. And in games like this, where you're expected to come in. Of course, you can't come out flat even against a 4-20 team. You have to come out and be sharp. But in a game like this, where you're favored so heavily, you just hope for no injuries, no any lingering injuries coming from this game moving forward. When you mention a hard closing schedule coming up for Lane.
Selena Gallagher on the court for the Penguins, as Efferson kind of fell down, but then kicks it out to Parham, and she hits the three-pointer. So Clark with a quick answer out of the break.
Lane coming back quickly here. McDonald, now they slow it down for Wicks.
Going fast pace. Here's a three-pointer from Daniels from the corner, no good. Rebound by Clark, pushing it ahead is Parham. Had to go against several Titans there, but ends up getting fouled.
A little behind the back, coming up the court, draws the foul. Won't be a shooting foul, but it will stay Clark basketball.
Maya Adams checking in for Lizzie McConkey. The way Lane's playing, you can expect to see a lot of rotation with this roster. Efferson working in the post, kicks it out to Parham. Parham looking for a screen, now back to Efferson. A little bit of hot potato between them. And here's a three-pointer from Parham. So back-to-back three-pointers for her.
And a contested three at that. She's 2 for 2 to start now from downtown. Really nice shot, getting Clarck right back in it within 3.
Now Micah Wicks pushing ahead. Emma McDonald at the top of the key. Bounce pass over to Wicks. Wicks from the right wing. Yes! Micah Wicks quickly to answer the three-pointer on the other end and puts Lane ahead back by 6.
And there's your star of the show. When you look for an answer back, you go to Wicks, and she comes through just like that.
She is definitely the star player of this team, or she has been at least these past few games. And it's so hard to pick one of these players because they're all so talented. But Wicks has just been doing so much for this team. As Daniels, nice defense down low in the paint. Here's Maya Adams pushing it ahead. Now going to kick it down low to Emma McDonald, who cuts inside at the baseline, kicks it back out to Maya Adams. Now Micah Wicks. Cross-court pass Emma McDonald. Here's a three from McDonald. No good. Good recognition there, but McDonald not able to hit it. Now here's Clarck pushing up court. Efferson, spin move, and lays it in.
Well, I was going to say, so far, Lane's dominating the paint. 11 rebounds to Clark's just 3, but right there, Efferson able to get a nice drive.
Maya Adams pulling up the 3. That one goes in, but Lily Duffin right there for the rebound and score.
There's that paint presence I was just talking about. And Lily Duffin, again, a rebound machine, gets that second chance and puts it back in.
3:23 left to play in the first quarter. Lane up 18-12, and here's a steal by Emma McDonald. She's got a Clarck Penguin right behind her, and she doesn't get contested. Easy lay-in for Emma McDonald. Clark's offense, they've been doing pretty good up to this point, even though they're down by 8. Efferson in the paint against Chloe Daniels. Now to Peyton Ballard. Now there's a three-pointer from Parham. And how about Parham? 3 of 3 from beyond the arc.
Hitting from all around the arc, too. That one from the right shoulder. To our right, at least, over here.
She scored 9 of Clark's 15 points to start this one. She's been red hot since opening tip-off. Now Micah Wicks over to Chloe Daniels in the corner. She's going to drive in, baseline, puts one up. It gets blocked by Efferson. Lily Duffin comes away with it, and they're going to call it a foul. We'll see who this goes against.
Going to be Lane basketball here.
So it's going against Clarck.
Yeah, how about Ashlyn Pardon? 3 for 3 to start from downtown. And it looks like the wings have been her spot. Left or right wing, doesn't matter. She's been able to hit.
Brooke Stuckey back into the game for Lane, as well as Lizzie McConkey. Michael Wicks on the right wing. Gets it down low to Chloe Daniels. Kicks it inside to Brooke Stuckey, and she gets fouled on the way up. She'll go to the line and shoot for 2.
It kind of got congested in there. A lot of ball movement inside the paint, and it kind of just came together. But able to draw the foul with Stuckey and gets to shoot 2 for it. Maya Adams going to come in for Daniels.
Yeah, but like you're going back to what you were saying, though, Ashlyn Pardon, you know, she's doing so good from beyond the arc. Lane's got to control that right away, especially they don't want this game to get any closer than it already is.
Well, Clark's moving the ball pretty well, too. And we mentioned how Lane was moving the ball around the court pretty good to start, but Clark's doing a good job to answer as well. And, again, Pardon, all the threes she's taken, not all of them have been easy threes. A couple have been contested, and she's able to make them fall.
Brooke Stuckey hits her second free throw, extends Lane's lead to 6. Efferson going to bring it up. Michael Wicks on defense. Getting the screen from Aubrey Miller. Efferson driving inside, going to kick it out to Pardum. She's heavily guarded now. Pardum drives in, no good. She grabs her own miss and now kicks it back out to Efferson. Nice rebounding there from Pardum. Now Miller working in the post. Spin move, puts up a floater and puts it in.
You know, you're watching this Clarck team, and it's hard to believe that they're 4-20. Playing really well here to start in the first quarter.
Emma McDonald kicks it out. She was looking for Maya Adams on the far corner, but it gets stolen away by the Penguins.
Turnover there. And again, a lot of good ball movement from the Penguins to start.
They're definitely playing with some intensity. They remember what happened last time. And like you said, Jonah, even though they haven't won a game in conference, they're still not a team that you want to mess around with. Now Pardum down low to Ballard. Now Gallagher, Aubrey Miller, mid-range jumper, no good. Ballard grabs the rebound, gets tipped away. Maya Adams comes away with it. She's pushing it up court. Got 2 Penguins in her sights. Now over to McConkey. McConkey drives in. Michael Wicks, top of the wing. No good. And it gets offensive rebound by McConkey. Kicks it out to Emma McDonald. Corner. Maya Adams. That one doesn't fall either. And it gets rebounded by Efferson. Couple opportunities there for Lane, but not able to convert. Efferson takes it all the way home. Grab the rebound on the other end.
Clarck really attacking the rim to start. And they're hitting from all over. You mentioned the threes by Pardon, but they're attacking the rim with Miller, Efferson.
Less than 30 seconds left to play in the first. Emma McDonald swings it over to Micah Wicks. Now cross-court pass to Maya Adams. Kicks it inside. Brooke Stuckey, mid-range jumper. That one no good. A little bit contested, but not able to hit.
Shot clock turned off here. Lane likes those cross-court passes in this first quarter, and they're working. They're getting open in the corner. That time Adams passed on the three.
So now Efferson, 5 seconds left on the clock. Expect her to take the last shot. Efferson pulling up. No good. Missed the rim completely. And with that, that ends the first quarter. Lane, very good offensive production, but Clark, they're hanging in there. 21-19. I mean, Joda, like, both teams, they're playing really well right now. Lane, I think, has been playing up to their standard, but Clark, they're hanging in right there.
Yeah, Clark, and it's similar again to the first matchup we had mentioned before. Well, Clark's come out, and they've played really well. They've played sharp. They're shooting the ball fairly well. And, again, you mentioned the threes by Pardon. Has all the threes for Clark so far. But, again, they're attacking the rim really well. And from the field, shooting a 44%. That's more than Lane's 38%. So, as long as Clark on offense limits the turnovers, they should be able to hang in this game at least till halftime and see where it goes from there.
Yeah, I mean, they only have one turnover in that first quarter, which is pretty good. Lane committed 2. So, I mean, yeah, the ball, you know, they're going to have to keep control of it, and I think that's going to be key in this game, and it's been a factor so far. But the three-point shooting, especially from Ashlyn Pardon, has just been so dominant in that first quarter, and you would expect that Greg Shelley, you know, he is going to be on a watch out for her on defense.
Well, and she didn't even get to start in this game either. She's coming off the bench, but that's usually what she does. And so when you get that productivity coming off the bench, that plays huge dividends going forward in the game, especially in the game where you're coming in as the underdog. When you're able to hit shots from downtown like that, go 3 for 3 to start a game, it's a hidden gem.
Yeah. Charlie Day to inbound it. She checks into the game for the first time. Micah Wicks bringing it up, going to set something up. Down low to Lizzie McConkey. She'll kick it out to Emma McDonough, who will attempt a three-pointer. That one no good. Gets battled around, and ultimately Aubrey Miller for the Penguins grabs the board.
So what I've noticed now, Clark's really playing defense and trying to protect the paint as they go quick here.
There's Efferson, kicks it out to Ballard. Ballard working down low at the baseline, and they're going to say that it goes out of her, so a turnover there for the Penguins. Lane gets the ball back.
But Clark, with them trying to secure the paint inside, trying to shut down Brooke Stuckey, Chloe Daniels inside, it's leaving that corner open, and Lane's picking that up. They've swung it to the corner multiple times in this game, trying to get that open three, which they've had multiple looks from the corners.
Stuckey at the top of the key, down low, Lizzie McConkey, baseline jumper, gets blocked by Efferson. The height difference there proved to be the reason for that block, but it stays with Lane on their end of the court. Michael Wicks to inbound it. She gets it to Brooke Stuckey. Now McConkey over, and it gets tipped away by Ballard. It'll stay with Lane. Chloe Daniels checking in for McConkey.
Just trying to force a couple passes there. And McConkey comes off, take a breather, kind of reset. Block shot, and then bad pass.
Here's Chloe Daniels working the post, kicks it outside. McDonald, top of the key. Now back over to Wicks. Wicks looking for someone down low. Ends up getting to Brooke Stuckey. Brooke Stuckey finds Chloe Daniels under the rim. An easy lay-in. Nice reconnection there from Brooke Stuckey.
And I think if you're Clark, you'd like to see Aubrey Miller get a little more physical in the face of Chloe Daniels. They're kind of too easy for Daniels to slip right underneath her and an easy look and lay-in.
Efferson at the top of the key. She's got 4 points up to this point of the game.
You heard that one.
And there was a little bit of contact against Micah Wicks. Off-ball foul, so Clark will inbound.
Got the wrist of Pardon.
Pardon at the top of the key, gets the screen from Ballard. She'll pull up from the wing. Yes! Wow! Ashlyn Pardon, 4 of 4 from beyond the arc. Actually, no, it didn't count. It looked like on our end That's my mistake.
But we're from the corner here. It's hard to tell sometimes. You saw the net move.
It's hard to tell. You did see the move, but that one did not count.
I forgive you, Saul.
Lane coming away with her first missed three-pointer of the game. And now Titans are looking to capitalize. Brooke Stuckey puts up a floater, no good. Everson grabs the board. Clark pushing it ahead. Here's Parham. Now Wilson kicks it over to Efferson. Efferson, three-point attempt. That one no good. Parham came in and tipped it away. And they're going to say that she touched it last, so Lane will get possession.
And again, Clark limiting the turnovers here to start the second quarter, and that's what they're going to need to do. When they get possessions, they're going to have to get full possessions, keep the ball out of Lane's hands.
Here's Micah Wicks' three-pointer from the far wing. No good. Stuckey grabs the offensive board, puts it back up, and puts it in. She is so good in the paint, especially when Lane is on offense. She's just just absolutely a machine. Down low, grabs the offensive board, and is so physical and able to get that shot up.
And Lane's been able to capitalize on a lot of second chance points so far today. And a product of that is being able to control the rebound game.
Efferson on the near corner, trying to get it down low. Does get it down low to Miller. She got away from Brooke Stuckey and was uncontested for the lay-in.
Yeah, Miller got positioning on Stuckey and a good pass over the outreaching arms of Stuckey, trying to deflect it away. Miller had an open lay-in.
Chloe Daniels kicks out to Charlie Day. Day driving inside, baseline, puts it up, gets blocked by Miller. Efferson grabs the board, and she'll bring it up for the Penguins. 7 minutes left to play in the first half. Lane up 25-21. Efferson now kicks it over to Parham. Parham driving inside, out to Efferson from the near wing. No good. Micah Wicks able to grab the easy rebound. Puts it ahead of Emma McDonald. Got tipped away by a Penguin. And now down low to Brooke Stuckey, working on Efferson in the post. Now Stuckey's double team. She's trying to kick it back out, able to get it out to Wicks. Now Daniels, free throw line, puts it up, and she gets fouled on the way up. They'll go to the free throw line and shoot for two.
And again, Clark's playing really physical inside, trying to shut down Stuckey as best as they can. And that time, again, Chloe Daniels drawing the foul. As Stuckey's going to come off here, Duffin comes back in.
So Wicks is going to take a seat for the first time in this game. It's not really a scene that we're used to seeing. Micah Wicks taking a seat on the bench. She averages the most minutes on this team, plays almost the entirety of the game, over 3 quarters. And she's already going to take a seat here in the second. She has played really, really well up to this point. 8 points and 2 of 4 from beyond the arc.
Peyton Sheridan checks in for the first time today for the Titans.
Chloe Daniels makes 2 free throws. It's now 27-21. Efferson bringing it up, going to set something up for the Penguins. Here's a three-pointer. That one no good. Three-point attempt from Wilson was off the front iron of the rim. Chloe Daniels comes away with it. Now McConkey to bring it up. Pushing ahead very quickly, gets over to Sheridan. Sheridan gets it down low to Daniels. Outside to Emma McDonald from the far wing. No good. Lily Duffin right there to grab the offensive board. Puts it back up. Duffin again. Kicks it out. Emma McDonald. And then here's Peyton Sheridan driving in baseline. Thought about putting up the floater. Does put it up and gets her first 2 points after subbing in.
Good to see Sheridan get off the bench and become productive quickly. And Emma McDonald, a little slow start from downtown.
We don't really see Peyton Sheridan too much.
Good defense there from McDonald.
Emma McDonald able to come away with the steal. Uncontested, thinking about taking all the way, and she does. And they're going to call a travel on her.
Ooh.
Thought the whistle might have been a foul, but
Lane bench not happy.
Greg Shealy having a few words with the ref, but ultimately they were right there for the call, have it on the other end of the court. So it's a turnover for Lane. Clark looking to take advantage. Efferson getting the screen from Ballard, and it's going to be a foul against Chloe Daniels. Might have been on the screen. So Clark to inbound. Efferson, bounce pass inbound to Wilson. Wilson, top of the key, finds someone down low, gets it over to Pardon. Pardon driving inside and gets all the way up and gets the and one. They'll go to the free throw line with a chance of 3-point play.
Doesn't just shoot the ball, can take it to the rim and draw a foul, get the and one for Pardon.
He scored 11 of Clark's 23 points. And now makes it 12 there. Approaching the halfway mark of the second quarter. Lane up by 5. Looking to extend their lead. Chloe Daniels driving inside. Gets fouled, and another and one on the other end.
That's how you answer, and that's how you maintain a lead, is to be able to go right back down the court.
Yeah, it looked like Clark. I mean, especially towards the end of the first quarter, they had a lot of momentum. They cut the lead, they cut the deficit to 2, and now Lane, the offense has really been working, especially in the paint, as they extend the lead to 7 with a chance of making it more.
Yeah, and Chloe Daniels, it really is a three-headed force in the paint with Duffin, Daniels, and Brooke Stuckey so dominant against any team in the NWAC.
And even Emma McDonald, too, and Micah Wicks. I mean, they're guards. They're not, they're shooters, but they're not afraid to go in the paint and try to get the boards.
No, not at all. We see McDonald take a couple drives today. Aggressive, attacking the rim.
Aubrey Miller working in the paint, double team, puts up a floater, no good. Duffin grabs the board. Pushes that head to Lizzie McConkey. McConkey trying to find someone to cut. Instead, kicks it out to Chloe Daniels. Now Emma McDonald. Sheridan in the corner, 3-point attempt. No good, nothing but the bottom of the net.
Yeah, Clark's been really slow in rotation, trying to get out to the corners there. Off-ball foul. Ooh.
Looks like it's going to be an offensive foul against Ballard, who was driving inside towards the baseline.
They might have called a moving screen, I think, on Pardon. There's a collision off ball.
Not sure.
Timeout here.
Timeout on the floor. Lane 31, Clark 24. Titans trying to continue their winning streak and hopefully lock up that #1 seed. First of the final 4 games. We got more action on the other side of this break here on the Lane Streaming Network. .4:17 left to play. Lane up by 7. And they'll start with the ball out of the timeout.
In that timeout, you can hear it from up here in the Lane huddle. Chloe Daniels making a point of emphasis. Got to get some stops on defense.
There's Peyton Sheridan down low. Duffin comes away with it. Got a little contested. Now outside, Lizzie McConkey 3-point attempt. That one no good. Emma McDonald had her hands on it. And they're going to say that Deja Wilson touched it last for the Penguins, so it'll stay with Lane.
Get another rebound for Lane right there. Contested one at the very least, and it goes their way.
McConkey inbounds it. Going to hand it off to Sheridan. Now Emma McDonald looking for Chloe Daniels on the far corner. Sheridan driving inside, outside to McConkey, top of the key. Now over to Daniels. And it's going to be, not sure what it was.
3-second violation.
3-second violation against Lane, so it'll be a turnover, and it'll go to the Penguins.
I think they got Duffin.
It's the 4th turnover of Lane in this game. It's been a pretty clean game overall between both teams. There's Ballard driving inside, and that one's going to be a travel. So Lane gives it up, and then Penguins give it up right back.
Yeah, give it right back. Took the words out of my mouth. Sowell, a little sloppy out of the timeout. But again, Clark, 7-point game here in this game very much.
Micah Wicks back into the game for the Titans. Emma McDonald, far wing. Yes! Emma McDonald able to get the first points out of the timeout for either team. And Lane has their largest lead of the game, 34-24.
Kind of a rocky start for McDonald from downtown. 1 for 6, but gets that one to fall.
Here's Pardum working inside. Pivots, spins around, and puts it in. Ashlyn Pardum has just been the bright spot for Clark all day.
I mean, she's near automatic right now for Clark in this first half.
4 of 6, actually 5 of 8. The stat sheet just got updated. Lizzie McConkey driving in, puts it in, the hard lay-in. She was looking for the foul there, didn't get it, didn't matter. She still put it in.
Yeah, I think she had a case. It should have been an and one, but not the case here. Still a 10-point game.
Good amount of contact with Aubrey Miller, but doesn't get the call. Now here's Pardum, and it looks like there's going to be a foul.
McConkey.
We're going back to Ashlyn Pardum, though. 5 of 8 from the field and 3 of 4 from three-point range. I mean, yeah, you could pretty much say she's almost been automatic, at least from our point of view. Pardum inbounds it to Wilson.
And apparently she made an invisible shot from your eyes, Saul.
That was my fault. Now Gallagher down low to Miller, working in the post. Gets stolen away by Emma McDonald. McDonald pushing it up court. Got 3 Penguins in her face. Kick it out to Lily Duff and now Micah Wicks. Really good ball movement by Lane. And now Wicks will set something up. Kicks it down to Emma McDonald. Emma McDonald gets it down low to Lily Duffin. She misses that one. Grabs her own rebound. Puts it back up. Not able to get it in, but draws the foul. So she'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, Clark is just really struggling in the paint. Not able to pick up rebounds. It's almost too easy. You got Aubrey Miller in there doing her best against Duffin and Daniels and Stuckey. That time Duffin was the task for Miller, and really Miller got to be just more aggressive trying to go up and get those rebounds. It's too easy for Lane right now to try and get these second chance points.
Duffin not able to make her first free throw. Makes the second one.
Lane has double the rebounds total over Clark right now.
2 minutes left to play before the end of the first half. Wilson driving inside, got double teamed, now kicks out to Pardum. Pardum from the far wing, yes! Ashlyn Pardum. She has just been the sharpshooter between both teams. Her 4th made three-pointer of this one. Now Emma McDonald drives inside, baseline floater, yes! McDonald quick to answer Pardum's 3. It's back to a 10-point Lane lead.
Good step in by McDonald there. Nice, easy floater. Take what you can get.
Pardum, top of the key, and it looks like there's going to be an offensive foul.
Moving screen, I believe.
Yeah,
on
it
number
looks
5.
like it was a movie screen. That's the second one we've seen in this game.
Yeah, they got number 5, Deja Wilson.
So another turnover for Clark, and Lane will get another possession. There's Micah Wicks over to Emma McDonald. Yes!
That's nice. That's
really been what Lane's been doing all day, finding Emma McDonald in the corner, and she's been taking advantage of it.
That's a connection right there. No look pass. McDonald knew that was coming the entire way.
There's Ballard driving inside. It's going to be an offensive foul as Micah Wicks went down hard.
Picked up the charge.
She took a little bit of a hit,
Yep.
but she tells Greg Shealy that she's all right. We know how tough he is and how tough she is and how much she wants to stay in this game. She'll bring it up for Lane. Gets tipped away by Wilson, but Wicks able to come up with it. Daniels pivoting. Now outside, Maya Adams. That one off the side of the rim. Adams grabs her own rebound. Back out to Wicks. Shot clock still on. Emma McDonald in the corner. Now Chloe Daniels at the free throw line. He gets tipped away and stolen by Clark. Ballard to bring it up for the Penguins. Only about a 1 second difference between the shot clock and game clock.
Yeah, if that. It's about the same.
And
Turnover.
now Emma McDonald.
Now it's off.
Now the shot clock is off. Lane probably getting the last shot.
Yep.
Michael Wicks at the top of the key. Now going to drive in. Chloe Daniels will screen. Finds Lily Duffin
Beautiful.
down low. And a beautiful play there for Lane to get the easy
halftime.
lay-in. So Clark was threatening, especially in the end of the first quarter. But Lane, their offensive production has just been unbelievable the entire game. and Emma McDonald's really been the bright spot of it. I mean, Jonah, what have you liked out of Lane?
Well, they closed out the half really good there. 15-point lead going into the locker room, the biggest lead of the game so far to this point. And so Clark had a little sloppy offense, a couple of offensive fouls, turning the ball over, getting it back to Lane. And Lane was able to capitalize and convert for a couple threes and a couple fouls inside and able to get to the free throw line. So good job by the Titans closing out the half.
Yeah, Lane, 10 points off turnovers. Clark only 3. So Lane, they're definitely taking advantage of Clark's mistakes. 44-29, Lane leads. Second half action coming your way after this break here on the Lane Streaming Network. Back here on the campus of Lane Community College as we get ready for the second half. Titans up 44 over the Clarck Penguins, who have 29. Saul Galvan alongside Jonah Bruno. Jonah, we were talking a little bit before halftime started that, Clarck, they've really hung in there. They've been playing a pretty good game, especially Ashlyn Parham. She's leading the way right now with 17 points. Has been an absolutely threat from beyond the arc. But 6 turnovers, though, and Lanes, they really taken advantage of it.
Yeah, and a lot of those turnovers, again, came late in that first half. Clarck had played a pretty solid first half, about 80% of the time. Those last kind of 3-4 minutes of that first half, they kind of fell apart, kind of gave some unforced errors, and Lane took advantage of them. But, yes, you mentioned Parton. She has been nearly automatic for Clarck in this game. They're going to have to look to her, down 15 to start the second half, look to her to get them back within single digits.
The Penguins will start with the ball in the second half. Miller, Wilson, Ballard, Efferson, and Parham are the 5 out there for Clarck. McDonald, Wicks, McConkey, Daniels, and Stuckey are out there for Lane. Now here's Efferson working in the paint. In the post now against Chloe Daniels. Puts it up, looking for the foul. No good. They're going to say it went out of bounds. It'll stay with Clarck.
Got the 2 towers in there. Stuckey and Daniels shoulder to shoulder. Hard for Efferson to get through. Good defense.
There's a 3-point attempt from Wilson. No good. She was left wide open and couldn't hit it. And now they're going to say it's a jump ball. Wicks and Parham were fighting for it just past the free throw line.
Possession arrow going to Lane. That was very odd. Inbound.
Nobody was there.
Lane wasn't ready for the inbound, and it was a wide open 3.
And lucky for them, Wilson didn't hit it. Now Emma McDonald, cross-court pass from Wicks. Drives in. Now here's Wicks, top of the key. Chloe Daniels in the post, working against Miller. Now Wicks going to swing it over. We're going to take the 3 instead. No good. Daniels got a hand on it, and they're going to say that it went off a Penguin, so it'll stay with Lane.
Good 3 by Wicks there. Nice pump fake on the pass, and
yeah, it was
got
nice.
the defender to bite on it.
It was a nice hesitation, and a good look for her. She wasn't able to convert, but Lane still with it. Now McConkey driving inside, kicks it out to Micah Wicks on the near wing. Working against Parham. She's played pretty good defense in this game. Down low to Daniels in the post and puts it in. Chloe Daniels gets the scoring started in the first half, 46-29 Lane.
Yeah, it was a good take by Daniels right there. Getting Lane on the board first here in the second half. Turnover here by Clarck.
Lane coming away with it. Micah Wicks pushing it up very quickly for the Titans. McConkey, good look. That finds Stuckey down low for the bounce pass. An easy 2 points there for Lane.
Yeah, it's kind of been too easy all game for Lane inside the paint. Clark just no real answer against Lane's paint presence.
Penguins looking to answer. Aubrey Miller outside to Wilson. Wilson, mid-range jumper, no good. Got tipped away by Michael Wicks. Liz McConkey comes away with it. Passes ahead to Emma McDonald. McDonald looking for someone. Still going to swing it over to McConkey. Now McDonald in the corner. Chloe Daniels looking inside. Kicks it out to Wicks. Wicks driving in, looking for McDonald. McDonald pump fake outside of Wicks. Chloe Daniels free throw line. Now she gets double teamed quickly.
A little too hesitant.
Now here's Chloe Daniels. Mid-range jumper. She hits it.
Got to be confident. Right there, Chloe Daniels was a little hesitant on those first 2. She had 2 opportunities to shoot that mid-range jumper, and finally she did it on the 3rd try.
So 50-29, Titans running away with it. 6-0 run coming out of halftime.
Yeah, all of a sudden, just a big margin for Lane on top here.
Now here's a steal by Lane. McConkey pushing ahead. She kind of turned around, didn't know it was coming to her. Now Chloe Daniels back to a driving Brooke Stuckey, who puts it in the floater. Was bouncing in and out of the rim, but ultimately fell through.
Yeah, it's becoming a dominant game now by Lane. Clark's had nothing, quite literally nothing, out of this halftime break.
Clarck has yet to score. Lane's put up 8 points coming out of the break. Now here Ballard driving in. Stuckey grabbing the board over Miller. Micah Wicks pushing it ahead. A little Euro step, no good. Stuckey able to clean up right there. Puts it up. Aubrey Miller, though, with the block. Efferson driving it up the court. Ballard in the corner, 3-point attempt. That's good. So Ballard hits the first 3-pointer of the second half for Clarck and gets the scoring going for the Penguins.
Yeah, and a timeout on the court, but Much needed 3 by Clark right there. All of a sudden, it's a 20-point game. Most of the first half, it was single digits. Lane again got out to that 15-point advantage by the end of the half, and then now they were up plus 20. Now it's at 20. But Lane's in control.
Yeah, I mean, even though it's a 20-point game right now, the way that Clark played, especially in the first half, it doesn't seem like that big of a margin. And especially, if Ashlyn Pardon can get going, this could easily go down to a single-digit game. And, we were tied at one point in the first quarter.
Yeah, we were. And really in the second quarter as well, it was a single-digit game for most of it. But Lane's been able, they stepped up. It kind of came out a little bit flat in that first quarter to begin, but they've really stepped it up, and they've played the level of basketball that we've been accustomed to seeing them play this season.
Lane up to 14 points off turnovers. They're winning the rebound battle by a lot, 29-13 over Clark.
Yeah, that is a massive margin.
And they're splitting them pretty well. They have 14 offensive rebounds and 15 defensive rebounds. And when the splits are right, that could definitely go your way. 4 blocks and 6 steals, and the defense has been there too, holding Clark to 32 points.
And just think about it. Lane has 14 offensive rebounds. Clark has 1.
Yeah.
I mean, that's countless second chance points on the board for Lane.
Here's Micah Wicks for Lane. Now Emma McDonald. Back over to Wicks, top of the key. Trying to set something up for Lane out of the timeout break. Now here's a floater from Wicks. That one no good. Got tipped around by Stuckey, but Pardon comes away with it. Now it gets stolen right back by Emma McDonald. Great defense.
She's done that a couple times today, that full court press, and she's been able to force turnovers, pick the pocket.
Now here's Brooks Stuckey driving in, not even contested. Efferson was right there, but a little miscommunication as Stuckey just had no one in her face.
A lot of confusion from Clark right there, trying to figure out who's there, where the positioning is.
22-point lead for Lane, and here's a lay-in for Deja Wilson, and it cuts it back to a 20-point deficit.
And that's really been a big issue inside for Clark on defense, not knowing who their assignment is, not sticking with their assignment.
Lisa McConkey driving in and gets fouled on the way up by, it looks like, Wilson. So she'll go to the line to shoot for 2.
I believe, yeah, we'll be shooting foul.
Jaza Wilson checking in for the first time in this game. McConkey knocks down her first free throw. And so she misses her second. Ballard runs after and corrals it in for the rebound. 5:29 left to play in the third quarter. Lane up 55-34. Now here's Pardum, hands it off to Ballard, looking down low to Wilson. Wilson working the paint, she's double teamed, now kicks it out to Efferson. Efferson with the pump fake, drive in, mid-range jumper. That's good off the back of the rim.
Good take by Efferson there, stepping in, getting a nice touch bounce.
Now Micah Wicks looking to hand off to Chloe Daniels. She does get it off. Daniels making a few moves inside. Now looking for someone to pass it to. Finds McConkey. McConkey loses handle of it, but comes up with it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. McConkey back over to Daniels. Daniels looking inside, trying to find Stuckey. Doesn't find her. Takes it inside. Bounce pass into Stuckey. And a very nice look. Stuckey misses the lay-in. Efferson comes away with it for the Penguins. Efferson bringing it up court and was trying to get it over to Wilson, but she lost grip of it. The other Wilson on the court, Deja Wilson, came up with it. Now Ballard, 3-point attempts. That one no good. Wicks comes away with the ball, pushing it ahead. Gets it ahead. Emma McDonald, easy lay-in.
The Clarks, they have not been able to find Ashton Pardon in this third quarter so far, and that's what they need. They need Pardon's sharp shooting, but the ball's been absent from her hands.
Now here's Efferson getting it down low to Wilson. And Clark answers with 2 points up for themselves. Now Lane pushes ahead. Lizzie McConkey at the baseline. Dishes it to Chloe Daniels, who had an easy path for a lay-in. It looks like it got blocked by a Penguin. It'll stay with Lane.
Yep. And looks as though Tori Line coming in to the game for Lane for the first time today. Timeout.
So a timeout on 4. Lane up 57-38. The Titans, they're running away with it. Can Clark come up with something? We'll find out on the other side of this break here on the Lane Streaming Network. .347 left to play in the third quarter. Lane up by 19 points. And they'll start with the ball out of the media timeout. Quick inbound to Chloe Daniels and a quick basket for Lane.
Yep. Clark's got their backs turned to Chloe Daniels. She cuts right into the paint and easy.
How can the Penguins come up with something out of the timeout? They're down big, but there's still a lot of time left to play. Here's Wilson in the post. She gets just wrapped around by Titans. And it'll be a foul by one of the Lane players. It'll be against Brooke Stuckey. Clark to inbound.
We're going to bring Sheridan and Lily Duffin back into the game.
Pardon inbound, gets over to Wilson. Wilson mid-range jumper, no good. Sheridan chases it down and comes away with it for Lane. Micah Wicks pushing up court. Now Emma McDonald. McDonald driving inside, swings it over. Tori Line checked into the game. Line had an easy lay-in, but not able to get it to go. And they're going to say it was a foul on Line as she's trying to take the ball out of Wilson's hands.
She might be too thrilled with herself. Wide open as it gets in the lay-in. Just couldn't too strong off the glass.
Pretty good lockdown defense. As here's a floater from Pardon. That one no good. A rare miss in this game. Pardon's been the sharp shooter, but not able to get that one to go.
It's their first shot of the third quarter.
Pardon down low, trying to find Duffin. Wilson coming away with it. Titans and Penguins on the ground. They're going to call a jump ball. It'll go to Clark.
Hey, you mentioned that Pardon, 17 points, leading scorer for Clark. But that's all in the first half. In the second half, Clark's had very little offense to show on the scoreboard.
Everson at the free throw line. Gets over to Wilson, mid-range jumper. That one no good. Sheridan grabs the board. Now Michael Wicks, bounce pass down low to Duffin. A nice, easy basket for Lily Duffin. Extend Lane's lead. Efferson now kicks it out, bounce pass to Pardon. Pardon with the lay-in, and that was just nowhere near the hoop. I think she was looking for the foul, but didn't get the whistle. Micah Wicks pushing it up ahead, wide open for Emma McDonald. No good, got tipped around. Tori Line comes away with it, and an offensive rebound for the Titans.
Yep, another one, just racking them up in this game.
Peyton Sheridan thought about taking the shot. Over to Wicks, now back to Sheridan. Driving in, lay in, good. Took a few bounces, but ended up going in. Peyton Sheridan coming off the bench, making a big impact.
Yeah, we knew Lane's been in control of this game just about the whole way, but now they're really getting ready, almost getting out of reach for Clark.
Here's Gallagher swinging it around to Efferson. Now down low, Wilson lost her grip on it. Another careless turnover for the Penguins.
Brings Miller and Ballard back in. Clarck.
Minute 15 left to play in the third. Lane just trying to control the clock now. This one might be out of reach for Clarck. Mid-range jumper from Peyton Sheridan is good.
Beautiful shot there by Sheridan. Confident shot, mid-range jumper.
Just the arc and everything.
Off the
so
screen.
Nice.
Yep.
Now here's a three-point attempt from Pardon, no good.
She's gone cold here in the third quarter.
First three-point attempt of the second half, not able to go in. Micah Wicks taking it all the way. She misses the lay-in. Miller grabs the board. Efferson pushing it ahead, gets it to Pardon. Pardon loses it, able to get it back though. Driving inside, kind of putting a hook shot lay-in, and that one no good. We're gonna say went off of Penguin, so Lane will get the ball.
And the shot clock will be turned off. Lane's got a chance to make this a 30-point game going in to the final 10 minutes. Just a dominating performance. It's 21-9 in the third quarter here. Lane.
Micah Wicks, the only starter on the court for Lane. The rest of them on the bench. And we'll see if she plays the fourth quarter. Here's Duffin, gets it down low to Sheridan, working in the post. Double team, puts a shot up, puts it in. How about Peyton Sheridan making an impact off the bench? Here's a half-court shot from Efferson. That one off the backboard. But Lane, they're running away with it though. 67-38 going into the fourth quarter. 10 minutes away from continuing their win streak and possibly locking up that #1 seed in the conference. We got more action coming your way on the other side of this break on the Lane Streaming Network. Just about ready to get the fourth quarter underway. Lane leads 67-38, a 29-point lead. Micah Wicks, the only starter out on the court for Lane. And let's see how the Titans manage the final 10 minutes of this game. Up big. Micah Wicks in a brawl with and it looks like it's going to be a jump ball.
Wicks and Pardon having a little handshake after that contested loose ball.
Definitely got to keep it friendly. There's Peyton Sheridan. She's got 8 points off the bench. Now Tori Line, top of the key. Over to Michael Wicks in the corner, guarded by Ballard. Sheridan driving inside against Miller, trying to get it to Duffin, but Efferson comes away with the steal. Pushing it ahead. It's a 2-on-1, and she lays it in. A nice lay-in there for Efferson.
Over the head, right hand off the glass. Kind of unconventional, but it gets it to go.
Now Michael Wicks looking for Duffin down low, but she's covered well by Miller. Swings over to Sheridan. Sheridan, three-point attempt. That one off the front iron of the rim. Ballard corrals it.
Sheridan, nonetheless, though, even though the missed shot, 8 points to her name in this game. She's had a nice performance. Got an injury here.
And it looks like Ballard might have taken a hit on the other side.
She might have lost a contact, I believe.
Not sure, but she's going to come off. Wilson, the sub in.
Yeah, I believe her right eye contact popped out. She's trying to get it back in. That's never any fun. As the person who wears contacts myself.
I was going to say, I have no experience wearing that, so I'm not sure what that's like.
No
but
fun.
I'm sure it's not fun.
They fall on the ground. They're all dry. You got to put it back in your eye, and it stings. It's not a good time.
See, I was more of a glasses guy. I don't have them now.
I used to be, but when you're playing basketball, you can't be wearing glasses unless you got
the goggles.
The goggles, tight to your face type goggles.
Everson down low. Pardum, double team, gets away from it, able to get the shot off, but not able to get it to go. Michael Wicks grabs the rebound, pushing it ahead quickly. Wicks taking it all the way. She slips down on the ground. Hopefully she's okay. She's getting up. That's a scary, scary scene, though, especially for Lane's top player, Michael Wicks.
She had an open shooter in the corner, and maybe a little selfish take there. It was going almost like 1-on-3 in the paint.
Wicks gets it to Charlie D. Now outside the Tory line. Now Wicks wide open in the corner. Didn't take the shot. Now kicks over to Brooke Stuckey in mid-range jumper.
So she went from selfish to very friendly.
Yeah, I mean, she was open all day and decided not to take the shot. So a missed opportunity for Lane. Now Wilson driving in against Maya Adams and gets the and one. Possible three-point play coming up for Deja Wilson.
Good take for Deja there. The right hand off the glass. For Wilson in this game. Deja Wilson, that is, 6 points now.
She misses the free throw. Lane was previously 100% from the free throw line, but that was only because they've attempted one free throw and made that one free throw. They have not been to the line too much in this game. Now Tory Line hands it off to Maya Adams, who's going to take a three-point. That one bouncing around, ultimately in and out of the rim. Efferson comes away with it. Trailed by 3 Titans. Pardum ends up getting it after all that chaos. Now over to Deja Wilson, driving inside. A little Euro step, but it gets tipped. And they'll say that a Titan touched it last, so it'll stay with the Penguins. Ballard coming back into the game after taking a hit.
And for Lane, Brooklyn Moody coming into the game for the first time. And I believe with that means everyone who dressed out for Lane today has checked into the game.
Ballard missed lay-in against Stuckey. Up to Wicks, a little behind the back action. Wicks driving inside, trying to take it all the way, no good. Misses that lay-in, a little upset with herself.
Well, wanted to foul, didn't get it.
Pardum driving in, lay-in, what a shot there from Pardum. A little underneath the basket, behind the back.
Oh,
Michael Wicks trips as she was trying to take it up court. That's the second time she's fouled now.
her left knee, landed hard on the left knee. Good again to see her get back up.
I mean, if you're
a
Greg,
tough player today.
I mean, kind of get your opinion, Joan. I mean, if you're Greg Shealy, team's up big, and obviously 4 games left in the regular season. This is a team that's expected to make a postseason run. You know, is it worth it keeping in your starters?
Yeah, Michael Wicks, I just say that coming out, but
Brooke Stuckey misses the easy lay-in. But going back to what you're saying.
sometimes you kind of want to just make sure once you get into within the 4-minute marker of the fourth quarter, that's when you kind of start going that safety route.
Tipped away. Aubrey Miller comes away with it, but it got tipped by Brooklyn Moody. Now here's a deep three from Efferson. That one off the back iron of the rim. Miller comes away with it, and they're going to call travel against her, so the made basket won't count.
One of the few times Miller's been able to get an offensive rebound and get aggressive and get the rebound, put it back up, but get the call for the walk.
Cocky bringing it up the court quickly. She takes it all the way. Isn't able to get the basket to go. Now Efferson pushing it up. Gets it down low to Ballard. Ballard grabs the lay-in. Charlie Day fell down. She was looking for the offensive foul. Didn't get it. Now Peyton Sheridan. 8 points coming off the bench. Trying to make it 10. No good. She gets fouled on the way up. She'll go to the line, try to get herself in the double digit in points.
Yeah, that would be a great performance for Peyton Sheridan if she's able to hit both free throws here and get double digits next to her name today.
Chloe Daniels checking in for Charlie Day.
And Lane from downtown today, just 22%, 5 of 22 from beyond the arc, but done a good job from in the paint, like we mentioned all game, Saul, and again, dominating the rebound game, I think has been the key difference today.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been the case, and it's what's really going to take this team far. The combination of Brooke Stuckey, Chloe Daniels, and even Lily Duffin, too, when she comes off the bench, just so elite. And if you're able to control the paint, especially in this conference, it goes a long way. Here's a turnaround post up from Wilson that doesn't go in. Daniels comes away with it. 5:47 left to play in regulation. Lane just trying to milk the clock, but also put up some more points. There's McConkey in the corner, guarded by Ballard. Swings it over to Daniels. Daniels looking down low, going to take it herself. Now gets to Peyton Sheridan, mid-range jumper. That one no good. Sheridan's gone a little bit cold since her run in the third quarter. Now Ballard up ahead on the other side. No good. Wilson grabbed the offensive rebound, but Sheridan was right there to fight for it. They're going to call it a jump ball, and it'll stay with the Penguins.
Yep. Good effort there by Deja Wilson. Turn Sheridan on the lockup. Aubrey Miller comes off for the Penguins.
Deja Wilson comes in. Now Ballard out of the inbound. And a nice little hook shot that almost went in, but it kind of bounced out off the back iron of the rim. There's McConkey pushing up the court. So it wasn't a shooting foul. McConkey to inbound.
Yeah, nice to see Lizzie McConkey getting aggressive there. Kind of Micah Wicks-esque.
McConkey is definitely a 2.0 of Micah Wicks. Here's Peyton Sheridan, baseline, driving in. Now here's Emma Moody, first shot attempt in this game. That one no good. Daniels right there to grab the rebound and put it back for the lay-in.
Yeah, good job by Daniels getting underneath and off the shot. Picking up the air ball shot by Brooklyn Moody.
Now Wilson, wing, gets it down low to Efferson. Efferson trying to put it up, no good. She touched it last, and it'll go to Lane.
Back in comes Tori Lang. We're going to get a timeout here.
So we're going to get a timeout on the floor. 70-46, Lane in cruise control at this point, really just milking the clock. And, I mean, looking ahead for this team, I mean, this is definitely a game that, you know, Clark, even though they've been on a pretty sizable winning streak, this is definitely a good game to kind of build some more confidence going to the final 3 games of the season, especially because, as we keep saying, they're sitting in first place right now, and if they're able to keep it up and secure that first spot, they'll have home court advantage in the postseason.
Yeah, and today, like we mentioned, first half came out a little bit flat, but since I'd say midway through the second quarter, they've really played their style of basketball that we've been accustomed to seeing all year long. Michael Wicks having a quiet afternoon, just 3 of 11 from the field, 8 points to her name. But how about Emma McDonald leading the way with 17, Chloe Daniels with 15, Brooke Stuckey as well with 11. So the wealth is being spread for the Titans.
It is, and not just with the starters too, but also with the bench players. I mean, we've seen Peyton Sheridan get some good minutes, as well as Lily Duffin and Brooklyn Moody. She's just gotten to the game, so it's really, you know, a good thing to know, especially as a head coach, that you just have such a large and talented roster they're able to turn to. I mean, obviously, the starters out there, the top 5, they've really been doing most of the work, but the bench also has been contributing a lot.
And that 3-headed presence inside with the rotation of Stuckey, Daniels, and Duffin, they've combined for 23 boards today.
Now here's Brooke Stuckey at the top of the key. Finds a cutting Peyton Sheridan, who drives inside. Had a Penguin tailing her, but wasn't contested going up. Now she's in the double digits in points.
Yep, there's her double digits for Sheridan, 11.
Now Wilson going to swing it over to Gallagher. Gallagher driving inside, now kicks it to the other Wilson for the Penguins. Free throw jumper, no good. Efferson trying to put it back up, and Maya Adams comes away with it. Adams, bounce pass, down low to Stuckey. Stuckey taking a little mid-range jumper, and Stuckey with the fadeaway shot, good.
Good shot there by Brooke Stuckey.
She really is one of the best fadeaway shooters I think I've seen.
Yeah, she has a smooth stroke on the shot. Going to get a foul here on Deja Wilson. Looks like they got Maya Adams, I believe. Nope, Brooklyn Moody.
So Brooklyn Moody picks up her first foul of the game. Aubrey Miller checking in for the Penguins. Efferson taking a seat. She's been playing pretty much the whole game. 8 points on the afternoon. Inbound to Wilson. Wilson, top of the key, three-pointer. It goes. So Clarck trying to come up with some last-minute points. Try to decrease the deficit. Now Peyton Sheridan over to Brooklyn Moody. Top of the key, Maya Adams driving in. A little floater from Adams. That went off the side of the rim. Went off Wilson, who was trying to go for the rebound, so it'll stay with Lane.
It's also unfortunate for the Penguins here in the second half. 17 points for Ashlyn Pardon in that first half, and in the second half, just 2 at the moment.
I mean, like we keep saying, it looked like she was almost automatic in that first half, and now Lane has pretty much shut her down. But even the opportunities that Pardon has got, she just hasn't been able to convert. Now Tori Line working against Aubrey Miller. It kicks it out to Maya Adams. Adams from the wing. That one no good off the back iron. Brooklyn Stuckey grabs the rebound, goes up with it. Doesn't get it to go, but she'll go to the free throw line for 2.
Yep. Stuckey in this game, she's wearing that right knee brace. She's done a really good job. Keep mentioning the inside presence that the Titans have, and it can get repetitive throughout a game, how many times we mention it, but it really is where they're able to be dominant. No, the three-point shooting can be there for Lane, but their bread and butter is how dominant they can be in the paint.
Stuckey makes the second free throw. And a quick substitution, Lily Duffin coming out of the game. So all the starters for Lane now on the bench with 3 minutes left to play in the fourth. Let's see how the Titan bench can do in these final few minutes. Wilson driving inside, find a cutting Gallagher, and they're going to say went off the foot of Duffin. They'll stay with the Penguins. Lane came to this game averaging 81 points a game. Not too far off from 76 right now. They still got some time left. Here's a three-point attempt from Pardum, and that one off the back iron. Moody grabs the board. Sheridan pushing it up. She's got 10 points off the bench, and they're going to call a foul against Wilson, I believe, as she was trailing Sheridan. Might have had a little too much contact towards the baseline. Titans are in the bonus, so any foul from here on out, they'll go to the free throw line. Sheridan makes the first. And misses the second. Lane 10 of 16 from the free throw line in this game. Pardon driving inside and gets fouled on the way up, so she'll go to the free throw line to shoot for 2 on the other end. Tori Line picks up her second foul.
And for Lane, when you have, all your bench players off and on the court now, late in this court in the game, when you have it under wraps, you kind of just look for, for going forward throughout the end of the year, how much depth you have and who you can kind of go to if one of your 5 or starters or the 6 women off the bench, and if it's not happening, these are the moments where these players who don't get as much playing time can try and show what they're capable of, and it can earn themselves more court time later on in the year.
There's a jumper from Sheridan, baseline, no good. Pardon grabs the board. There's Pardon pushing it ahead, grabbed the rebound on the other end, trying to put a lay in, no good. Day comes away with it. Titans pushing it up. There's a 3-point attempt from Moody. She hits that one. Emma Moody, her first points off the bench. There's only been 3 players for Lane that haven't scored a point yet. Everyone else has contributed in some way to the scoring. Lay-in attempt, no good for Pardon.
Yeah, Pardon, she's got talent. A lot of the last couple shots, though, have been very wild, unorthodox shots that I don't think normally you would take, but being down this much, nothing really to lose.
Asia Wilson picked up the foul. Duff into the free throw line.
Good to see Brooklyn Moody get into the scoring column for the Titans with that 3.
Duffin misses the first free throw.
She, again, 11 rebounds today for Lily Duffin.
Duffin misses both free throws. Uses a cross-court pass that gets intercepted by Moody.
Just not sure what the decision-making is there from Pardon again.
There's Moody. Thought about a 3-point attempt. Aubrey Miller a little discombobulated there.
Now she's just having fun.
Now here's Brooklyn Moody, another 3-point attempt. Yes! The Titan bench is loving it, seeing Brooklyn Moody coming off the bench and making an impact. You got 6 points tonight.
While this is a serious game, it's still, Aubrey Miller.
You got to have some fun.
Today's been the example of she's kind of just out there having fun, knows this game's over, might as well just go out and enjoy the game. That's why you wear a uniform. It's why you play. You want to win, of course. That's the #1 goal. But you play the game also because it's fun. You have fun playing it. Aubrey Miller has been an example of that today.
Could be the final possession for Lane. Just over 30 seconds on the shot clock. Already over their average on the season. Sheridan, now Moody in the corner. Gets up to Tori Line. Line driving in, floater, no good. Line grabs her own rebound. Now outside of Moody, 3-point attempt. That one no good. Got tipped out by, looks like, Sheridan. So it'll go to Clarck. But with 11 seconds.
Get a little
All
buzzer
Clarck,
beater here.
all Clarck can do is throw up one last shot.
Wilson takes it. My money's on Pardon.
Wilson at the top of the key. Now here's Pardon. 3-pointer ended. No good.
Almost.
So Lane, they stay hot. Take down Clarck on their home turf, 83-51. Just overall a dominant performance for Lane. Really nothing more you can say. The shooting was there. The defense was there. Lane was creating opportunities for themselves. They were taking advantage of the mistakes that Clarck made. I mean, there's just so many things that you could say about Lane in this game.
Kind of what we expected coming in. I think Lane's definitely the more fundamentally sound team, and you saw that especially in the second half. Just able to dominate, and Clarck had no answer to come back. So a good performance by the Titans. Again, came out just a little bit flat to start, but quickly got on their rhythm and got in their groove and really controlled this game. A 30-point victory.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely, compared to the last game they had against Clarck, where it was at Clarck, it was on their home turf. They definitely came here and took care of business. Lane going to move to 23-2 on the season, 11-2 in conference. Clarck will drop to 0-12 in conference, 4-21 on the season. Lane still in first place, and depending on what Umpqua does in their game today, they might be able to lock up that #1 seed. If not, if they were able to win the next game that they have, it should secure that #1 seed. The men's team's already taken the court. About 30 minutes away from Game 2 of the doubleheader. Jonah Bruneau will be on the call for that one here on the Lane Streaming Network.